Hello, I'm John Vermond, Senior Warden here at St. Philip's. Welcome to the 2023 annual meeting. It is my pleasure to open the meeting through this video presentation. This year's meeting will take place in two parts. Phase 1 begins today, February 12th, and will run through Saturday, February 18th. This phase occurs entirely online. It is generally the business portion of the meeting. You will hear about 2022 financial results and 2023 budgeting from our treasurer, Herb Burton, through his recorded video. Our rector, Father Robert Hendrickson's video will share what he considered the highlights of last year and some of his visions for this year and beyond. I will introduce the slate of members who are standing for election to the vestry and share some of my thoughts as well. Additionally, program updates will be furnished through posted reports. All materials and videos for Phase 1 will be available through the church website, stphillipstucson.org. Phase 2 will occur in person in the gallery on February 19th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. Please note, there will only be 2 Sunday morning services that day, beginning at 7:45 and 10 a.m. respectively. Phase 2 will be forward-looking and provide an opportunity for questions and answers. This year, in addition to the re-election of our junior warden, Bonnie Wynn, there are 4 positions to be filled on the vestry. 3 three-year terms to run until the annual meeting of 2026, and 1 one-year term to fill a vacancy that is to run until the annual meeting next year. The candidates standing for election are Madison Owen, Bill Kuhlman, Kristen Tovar, and Tamsin Sawyer Sugiyama. Madison, Bill, and Kristen are standing for the 3-year terms, and Tamsin for the 1-year term. Please see the candidate profiles available on the website. Ballots for the election are also available on the website. I ask that you cast your ballots before Phase 1 closes on February 18th. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the outgoing vestry class for their years of service. David Haas and Elizabeth Wood served their full 3-year terms, and Tamsin Sugiyama stepped in to complete the term Alex Swain vacated last year. All made valuable contributions in various leadership roles. Looking back at 2022, I considered it to be a very productive year. Your vestry was fully engaged in the work of making St. Philip's a welcoming, holy place for all people to worship and find community. We spent a great deal of time looking at who we are, identifying our identity and values, how we worship, how we function as a community of communities, and how we can be more effective in providing service to others. From that work came a deep dive into how we present ourselves to the world, leading to updated vision, mission, and value statements, and starting a strategic planning process. The goal is to have a strategic plan that runs year to year and provides measurable objectives to be pursued. Additionally, we spent significant time looking at how we use our facilities and what may be required to meet the needs of the future. As I reported in my comments at last year's meeting, we have been very fortunate to have had an anonymous donor fund planning work that has shown some opportunities to expand our capabilities. Among those is an expanded columbarium garden, a renovated La Parroquia that could function as a community center, an enlarged fish pond garden that would provide for outdoor gathering space between the church and the gallery, an expanded labyrinth plaza that would provide for expanded outdoor worship opportunities, and more. Further accomplishments of note include the Catalina Hills School opened on campus in January of 2022. As a startup, it was uncertain how quickly it would gain traction regarding student enrollment. I'm very pleased to report that at the completion of their first year of operation, they achieved roughly 90% of capacity and have asked if the church can provide an additional classroom. That request is being studied, and if it is determined to be feasible, it will produce more rental income. With the new school in place and in consideration of the safety of our staff, parishioners, and guests, Mother Mary and her team contacted the Sheriff's Department to perform a safety audit. The audit produced a number of recommendations to improve overall safety and security. The recommended improvements are being evaluated and prioritized and will be undertaken as quickly as funding is available. I'd like to close by first expressing my gratitude to all the wonderful people who have been so active at St. Philip's over the past year. We've made tremendous steps forward in our recovery from the negative impacts of the COVID pandemic. Our church attendance is up dramatically on a year-over-year comparison. We have adopted a much improved line item budgeting process that will allow better forecasting of revenue and expenses. On that point, I again would like to thank Mother Mary and her staff, as well as Herb Burton and the Finance Committee, for the hard work that produced the desired outcome. I'm confident that we are on the right path. My final point is a challenge. I mentioned earlier, the vestry believes we are a community of communities. Put simply, we have a broad range of interests and opportunities at St. Philip's. We've been blessed to have a strong core group of leaders and a disparate worship opportunities, ministries, commissions, guilds, and groups. What we need now is a great deal more depth of involvement across our parish family. I challenge each of you to get involved in something that you are interested in or passionate about. We need you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please let me know if you have any questions or if I may help you in some manner. And don't forget to vote. Thanks.